today we're back at it again with more from our F1 2019 career mode. This is Triple Crown Racing, let's get into it. Hello everybody and welcome back to a series that is semi-relevant at best. It's our F1 2019 career mode, and so far it's not been going very well. We've had to turn on traction control and well, the best we've managed to finish is 11th. Mind you, the Australian Grand Prix did go rather well. So here we are in a special event here at Silverstone, driving the 2008 championship winning McLaren around the track. It's a time attack challenge, and well, my driving is really not that great. I am not very good at this game. I'm more of a Project Cars 2 man myself, actually. So anyway, it's a checkpoint challenge, and we have to try and reach the checkpoints in time for, well, so we don't run out of time. We've got to cover 7 kilometers in the time that we have. So each time we reach a checkpoint, we gain an extra bit of time. And the objective is to try and go as far as we can possibly go within the set time. And so far we are on track to make this objective work. I mean, we're closing in on 7 kilometers at the moment here at Silverstone, just coming into the final section of the track. Now, if you ask me for corner names, I really couldn't tell you. I don't really bother to learn the corner names of tracks. But here we are, just navigating the final chicane before coming into the final turn onto the new start-finish straight. Now, we've actually knocked a lap down, and we are coming up on 7 kilometers. However, we are running out of time to do it. And we're only just basically gaining the time to try and make the distance work. We have 11 seconds. It's getting very, very close now. We only had 8 seconds left, making it to that checkpoint. And, well, actually, yes, we have actually passed the 7Ks now. Now we're just in it for bonus points. So, we are going to try and do another lap. However, we'll just make that checkpoint there, and we've been given an extra 10 seconds. However, we are running out of time. However, we have actually done an extra kilometer. We have quite literally gone that extra mile. That was terrible. But we passed the challenge, and that means we get some brownie points. I don't know. But anyway, we're moving on to round 2 of the championship. We're in Bahrain, and here we are in practice. Now, Bahrain is not my strongest track by any means, as I will now demonstrate by getting up onto the curb and smashing into the wall and losing a tyre. So we've already wrecked one car for the weekend, and that's pretty much just a sign of things to come and practice. And you'll see well, actually no, we won't see a replay of this. We'll see me very sadly getting out of the car, and there I am being hounded by the press. And I actually did it again in another practice session. Same corner, same curb. We did it twice. We've wrecked 2 cars in one weekend. Team is not happy with me, and now we're moving on to qualifying.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us, and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. Looking at this field today, Anthony, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance? Maybe run the hard tyres and save some of the grippier tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that. And even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
So obviously if practice didn't go well, qualifying wasn't likely to go well either, and here we are just coming to the end of our fastest lap in qualifying, and we'll be rounding the final corner in a moment's time. On the brakes into 4th gear, coming into the final corner, and we're on the run towards the DRS detection zone. We've opened the letterbox and we'll be across the line in a moment's time to set our lap, and it's a 1:32.6, which was good enough for 6th place at the time. However, it certainly didn't stand by the end of the session, and we were actually all the way down in 19th place out of George Russell as Lewis Hamilton qualified on the pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix in round 2 here in our career mode. And now let's get into the race.
There's something in the Bahrain air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the sand. Our brightest minds have thrust their brightest ideas into the spotlight of the Sakhir circuit this evening as we look ahead once more to a Grand Prix that has thrilled us so consistently in the past. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about McKenzie. They're starting towards the back of the field today in a car that is fast, so they'll be disappointed, won't they?
It's not a nice feeling, I promise you. They've got a quick car underneath them, but they've got onto the grid today and they need a pair of binoculars to see the start lights. They'll be desperate for a good start to make up for some of that deficit.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas and Ricciardo, Gasly, Magnussen, Hülkenberg and Sergio Perez, Butler, Weber, Kimi Räikkönen and Albon, Norris, Kubica, Antonio Giovinazzi and McKenzie, Grosjean. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So here we are on the grid, getting ready to go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. The lights are on and now they're out. It's lights out and away we go. We're racing in round 2 of our career mode. And we've gotten an okay start, however we are being swamped on both sides as George Russell sends it up the inside of everybody, and we'll try and follow him through. And it's pretty much three wide on every row of the grid going into turn 1. However, everyone's made it through cleanly as we're making a move on Antonio Giovinazzi, and we'll try a move for the outside of George Russell as well, and we'll also try it on our teammate as well. It's round the outside of Lando Norris, and now we'll be chasing after Robert Kubica in the Williams. So it's been a pretty good start for us. We're already up to 16th place, and we're looking at 15th already as our car's getting a little bit loose through the end of Sector 1 as Lando Norris tries again for the outside. However, we've managed to defend from the attack, and now we're going to be going after Robert Kubica now into the very difficult left-hander. Lots of opportunities to make a mistake there, and we've gotten the run on Kubica out of the corner, and we'll try for the inside into the next left-hander, and we're later on the brakes him in, and we come together with him, and there's a little bit of contact. However, none of us end up in the wall, and we've gotten through on Kubica. Meanwhile, Räikkönen goes through on Alex Albon, and we've taken advantage of that as well, and we're up into 14th at the end of the first lap, and we're now chasing down Kimi Räikkönen as well. So we're making our way up through the field towards the top 10. Could points be on the cards today. Now coming into the final corner at the end of the first lap, Kimi Räikkönen looks like he'll hold on to 13th place for the time being, and we'll stay in 14th. Now fast forward to lap 3, we're chasing after Kimi Räikkönen, and we've actually caught up to the back of him, and we'll see if we can send it down the inside in one of these next couple of corners, and we'll try it in this one. Räikkönen turns down on us, there's a bit of contact, but we're up into 13th place. We've made the move stick, and it looks like we'll hold on to the position for the time being. We're up into 13th, however we still have a very, very fast Alfa Romeo behind us, so we'll have a lot of defending to do. And as you can see, there's the white arrows as Raikkonen pulls to the inside again. Can we hold it around the outside? It looks like we might just be able to. We're on the curb. He's really squeezing us out wide. And he's really trying to defend this, but we'll hold on to 13th place. But we're a little bit wide in the second to last corner. Will he exploit that? No, he won't. I stay in 13th. Raikkonen remains in 14th. However, he tries again. It looks like he'll try into the last corner. Raikkonen on the inside, and it looks like he'll make it stick, but there's contact again, and we've lost a little bit of our front wing. We're out off the track, and we're banging wheels once again. We have the advantage of DRS, but look at this. Giga Kubica himself just drags by the both of us. I was wondering where this pace was from the Williams in real life this season, but Kubica up into 13th, and we're still going at it with Kimi Raikkonen, and it looks like we'll just hold on to 14th place for the time being. But Robert Kubica, the big winner there, going up into 13th position. However, by lap 5, we have caught up to the back of Robert Kubica, and we have the benefit of DRS, and we'll try and move on Robert Kubica. We've absolutely sent it up the inside. However, Robert Kubica, he does the switchback, and it looks like we'll have him for company just for the foreseeable future, and we're locking up again. Robert Kubica still is the inside. However, we are back up into 13th position, and we'll be chasing after Lucas Weber. And it looks like we'll just hold on to it for the time being. However, we have a lot of fast cars behind us, and that's being shown right now as Robert Kubica. He's trying again into turn 1, and can he hold on the inside? No, he can't. We'll just stay in 12th place, and I think a few people are making pit stops. That's why we're up into 12th at the moment. And we were just being offered a strategy change there as Robert Kubica. He tries again. Robert Kubica, very racy today. Who would have thought? And we'll have his teammate George Russell for company as Kubica takes 12th away from us. And we are trying to find a place to go by, but we're off the track. And will George Russell take advantage of this? Yes, he will. He tries for the outside, but it looks like we'll just be able to hold it. Russell's still there. Can he try and make a move into this next corner? It looks like he will, and we're pushed off the track. Russell down the inside, and we'll be the big loser here as we're pushed off the track, and we are losing a bucket load of positions. And now we're back down into 16th, and we almost lost the position to Giovinazzi as well. We made contact with him. And now we're chasing down our teammate. We're going to pull the Daniel Ricciardo on him. However, we've come together and we've spun our teammate. Norris is around. That's not what we wanted. The team will not be happy with us for doing that at all. We've turned Norris in turn 1, and I can already hear the agent calling us. And unfortunately, nothing else really happened for the rest of the race. And we'll come across the line in a lowly 15th place, which I think we are sort of underperforming in this McLaren. We are, well, apparently the Antonio Giovinazzi / Pierre Gasly.
That's a fantastic performance from Ferrari. It hardly looked in doubt. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, tyre management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today and a stunning win for Ferrari. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Sebastian Vettel now leads the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
But there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
Let's move on to the constructors. The current championship leaders still hold top spot, but that gap is getting smaller. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So, unfortunately, it was a pretty disappointing race for us here at Bahrain. and we've done pretty terribly. As you can see, the reputation to pretty much every single team has gone down, and we'll be getting calls from our agent, I think, in a moment's time about turning our teammate and crashing the car twice.
So you can get a better result.
So, well, so far the career mode hasn't gone particularly well so far. So let's hope for some better races in the future. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.